Greetings, students. Now, let us deal with a situation where you are requested by your client to go and make an application for him to be released on bail. Obviously, the client won't come himself because he is in the cells, he's incarcerated. So will come a relative of the accused, of your client, will come and have consultations with you and request you to go and do an application. This is now very important for you to establish the following. When somebody approaches you to go and do bail, what you need to do is establishing as to when was the person arrested, right? When was the accused arrested? That's the first question you need to ask when you're doing your consultation. Why is this important? This is important because you will establish whether the 48 hours have not elapsed, whether the person will be, when will a person can be expected to appear in court, right? Like I've explained that you do not count Saturday and Sunday and holidays, right, when you're counting the 48 hours. So as an attorney, you will count the hours and you will establish as to when was the person arrested, and also you need to establish as to where was the person arrested, so that you don't go to Durban and yet the person was arrested in Mandeni, not Mandeni, let's say Stenger, because if now a person is arrested in Stenger, that means you will have to go to a court that has jurisdiction of that area. Right, so it is important to establish that, right? So you will say, where was the accused arrested and at which police station or prison is he being detained? So you need to establish that. The place of the arrest is important, as it may assist you as an attorney in ascertaining in which court the accused is likely to appear and which police station is in control of the matter. That's where you will find as to who is the investigating officer, right? The family or friends of the accused usually know where the suspect is detained, or at least where he was arrested. Some specialized units normally do not have cells. For instance, there was a specialized unit in Cato Manor that was dealing with all the serious crimes around in Durban, murder and robbery. So they would go and arrest a person in Inanda and detain him in Mayville, because they had offices in Mayville, but it's not their cells. So because they are specialized units, so they can detain somebody anywhere where they operate. So it could be Inanda, or it could be Mayville, it could be Empangeni, or it could be Richards Bay, as long as they are operating in that area. So if a specialized unit, if a case is handled by the specialized unit, like the murder and robbery, or the specialized units that are constituted by the president, like the Hawks. The Hawks do not have cells. Hawks operate all over South Africa, but there will be Hawks for Durban, there will be Hawks for East London, there will be Hawks for Joburg, but they can use any police cell to detain their suspects. Sometimes they will detain suspects in different places so that they don't collaborate their story, or they don't hear what the other one is saying, so that they can be able to crack their case. So you must be careful now. If your client was arrested by a specialized police unit, anything is possible in terms of cells or incarcerations, right? And then the next thing that you need to find out is to what crime is the accused alleged to have committed, right? This information is relevant as certain crimes are dealt with only by a particular branch of the South African police, right? For instance, the cases where children are raped cannot be dealt with by any other policeman. Where maybe the fraud, right? Fraud has been committed. Fraud is quite complicated, so it needs a seasoned and trained investigator. So you can't give a fraud case to any other policeman. There must be a fraud unit, people who are well versed with this type of crime, and people who will do justice to the case and make sure that the perpetrator is properly brought to book. For example, there's another one, the murder and robbery. Robbery and murder is also has its own unit, especially in large cities, right? And it will be dealt with by certain types of detectives in that police station, right? Also, then another question is, you need to find out now who is the investigating officer, because a matter is not investigated by everybody in the police station. What happens when a lot of crimes have been committed in a certain area by different people, different crimes committed by different people, dockets will be opened, and once the dockets have been opened, those dockets will be given to a number of police, different police, to go and do investigation. So in your case, you will go around and find out as to who is your investigating officer, so that you can liaise with him and find out if whether he's going to oppose bail or he's going to not going to oppose bail, because that changes the complexion of the crime. And if your client was not cooperative, he was resisting arrest, or he wanted to attack the police, then the bail might be very stringent and he may not be given bail. So it is important to know who is the investigating